Good Monday evening, May 6th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Cashmere man faces possible charges of hit and run and other offenses after allegedly crashing a pickup truck into a home on Mission Creek Road. It's a mystery the Washington Department of Transportation is trying to unravel. What happened to the United States flag that normally flies on top of the George Seller Bridge? More coming up. Expect a couple more days of wind and cooler temperatures than normal before our first real heat wave of the year arrives on Thursday. Your local forecast is on the way. Former Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett has announced his candidacy for state office. Burnett will run for the District 12 Position 1, a seat currently held by Representative Keith Gaynor, who announced his bid for a Senate seat in April. Burnett was first elected sheriff in 2010 and remained in the position until 2022 after losing his re-election to Sheriff Mike Morrison. Burnett retired from the sheriff's office in January of 2023 after his term ended. He is currently the Director of Law Enforcement Services for Seattle's Finest Security and Traffic Control and serves as the administrative liaison for the Washington State Sheriff's Association. U.S. Representative Dan Newhouse is joined by Tiffany Smiley in the Republican race for Washington's 4th Congressional District. Smiley, who announced her candidacy earlier today, previously ran for U.S. Senate in 2022, though lost the race to incumbent Senator Patty Murray. 4th District incumbent Newhouse also announced today that he plans to seek re-election for the seat he's held since 2015. Newhouse and Smiley are joined by Jared Sessler in the Republican race. Sessler is endorsed by former President Donald Trump, who Newhouse voted to impeach in 2021. A Cashmere man faces possible charges of hit and run and other offenses after allegedly crashing a pickup truck into a home in the 5100 block of Mission Creek Road. No one was injured in the crash, reported about 3 a.m. Sunday, but the driver pulled away from the scene before Chelan County Sheriff's deputies could arrive. The agency asked for public help finding the truck on social media, and a citizen spotted what's alleged to be the vehicle at a residence on Binder Road. Deputies arrested 30-year-old Dustin Olson as the suspect driver. Other possible charges for Olson include reckless endangerment and malicious mischief. 113 entries braved a steady rain Saturday to be part of the Apple Blossom Festival's Stamilk Grand Parade. NCWLIFE channel had cameras ready, come rain or shine. The Stamilk Growers Grand Parade, Les Schwab Classy Chassis, and the Technoplex Youth Parade are all available to watch on our website at ncwlife.com. Here's some highlights from Saturday's main event.
Well, a happy apple blossom to one and all from all of us here at the NCWLIFE channel. As you see the Miss V-Doll fly overhead, that means that we are ready for a parade no matter what the weather. And a good morning to you, Eric Grandstrom, along with our 1974 Queen, Julie Agins-Kuntz, and we are ready for a parade.
We're ready. Rain or shine,
rain.
And apparently it's rained today. So.
I can't tell you how many people have asked me in the last few days, hey, if it's going to rain, is the parade actually going to happen? Well, of course.
Of course. This is the Pacific Northwest. We can take anything.
Nothing's going to rain on your parade, right?
Nope, rain or shine, we're here.
So what do you look forward to the most during the parade?
No, the bands, actually, and the dancers. It's really fun. I love this. It's the kids. This is what it's all about.
And now, making his 2024 debut, our own Washington State Apple Blossom Festival float. Loving every minute of it is the theme for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Queen Ella Stimmel and Princesses Janessa Hepton and Lexi Finnell are riding on a float showcasing just a few of the favorite events during the 2-week celebration. This year's float was designed and built by Appalarian Robin Huffaker.
So the Spirit of the Festival award winner right now before you, Deer Park Community Float, race to the finish. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for a little rodeo, a little roundup? Miss Moses Lake Roundup. By the way, our Equestrian Judge Award goes to this young lady, Alexis Schultz.
Hey, great, best day ever, huh?
Looks like you're staying semi-dry.
I am semi-dry, and this is a fun day for everybody. And unbelievable people come out here in the rain, right?
And next up, I'm proud to announce we have a Golden Apple Award with the Manson Apple Blossom Festival. Excited to bring adventure to their festivities with this year's theme, Into the Wilderness. Representative Keith Gaynor.
Hi, Keith. How you doing?
Doing well.
You're not riding. You're walking today.
Well, yeah, it's a great day to walk.
All right. We've got to talk to these folks. How'd you come up with these costumes?
So Faith, our queen, has called us her fairy odd parents for over a year now. And so we just had to surprise her this morning with this.
The South Kitsap High School Marching Band is also proud to have performed for 2 aircraft carrier homecomings, the USS Carl Vinson and the USS John C. Stinson, as well as the support vessel, the USS Camden. All the way from over on the coast, please welcome the South Kitsap High School Marching Band.
When we come back, an apple blossom mishap left some local quilters without the prize artworks they plan to display in the Grand Parade. More on that coming up. And local organizations have gotten busy creating a wide variety of unique opportunities to celebrate Mom this weekend. When we come back, we'll tell you about some of those that you can participate in. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Mount Stewart Physical Therapy is all new. New staff, new therapists, and a fabulous new chiropractor. That's right, you do not need to drive to Wenatchee or Cashmere for your care. Come see Dr. Zolman, DC. No referral needed for most insurances. Open your auto and work injury claims with us, or fax your post-op and Medicare therapy prescriptions to us right here in town. We offer covered pelvic floor services. We are premium health care for the Upper Valley. Improve your quality of life today. Mount Stewart Integrative Therapy and Chiropractic.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
An apple blossom mishap left some local quilters without the prize artworks they plan to display in the Grand Parade. On Saturday, the truck carrying the entry from North Central Washington Quilt Guild lost its display as it was leaving the staging area after the parade. The quilts were dropped somewhere near Cherry and Miller Street, and when the guild members came back within 5 minutes to look for them, the handmade quilts were gone. The Quilt Guild is hoping to recover its lovingly crafted textiles wherever they may be or wherever they wound up. If you have information about the lost quilts, please call the Wenatchee Police Department or the Apple Blossom Festival office. It's a mystery the Washington Department of Transportation is trying to unravel. What happened to the United States flag that normally flies on top of the George Seller Bridge? The DOT announced in social media posts Friday that the long flying banner was no longer waving from the mounted flagpole. The flag is believed to have been stolen. When DOT workers climbed to the peak of the bridge to investigate, they found a family of nesting osprey about 100 feet from the flagpole access. success. The agency says it may take some time to replace the flag since workers need to avoid harm to the osprey and keep them from being injured themselves if the birds try to defend their nests. Coming up next, miniature recreations and transmutations of some very familiar signposts of the Wenatchee Valley are on display right now at the Mack Gallery on Wenatchee Valley College. We'll tell you about the local artist who creates them in tonight's feature story. Wind and unseasonably cool weather on the way for Tuesday, with better weather Wednesday, and then downright hot temperatures expected this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
I think we already have the legendary pizza, really, and I hope it just continues.
We have a free pizza slip. We get free pizzas, and if something happened to Abby's, we wouldn't have free pizza anymore. Think about that, huh?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week, loaded with beef or chicken, onions, olives, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and lettuce. It's a pizza that you won't forget. Dine in or order online for takeout or delivery right to your door.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Welcome to the newest and funnest fashion boutique on Wooden, featuring mountain chic clothing and men's footwear from UGG, Brixton, Sorel, and Free People. Walk on into the Tiffany Blue Building on the second block of Wooden and check it out.
It is nearly impossible to describe what you'll find in Lush Life. It's an eclectic collection of items from around the world. See it for yourself at the corner of Wooden and Emerson.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the third Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
East Wenatchee artist Ron Evans has been interested for a long time in the signs and shapes of mid-20th century architecture and advertising. His miniature recreations and transmutations of some very familiar signposts of the Wenatchee Valley are on display right now at the Mack Gallery of Wenatchee Valley College. In tonight's feature story, we caught up with Ron on his opening night last week as part of this month's First Friday Art Walk.
I'm Ron Evans. I've been called an artist. I don't know if I lean into that, but I make things. I'm a maker. I like that. I also published the Comet magazine, which has been called Filth and Propaganda, and I lean into that. This is a collection of some of the signs that I have been, miniature signs that I've been working on for the last 2-3 years. Some of them are replicas of iconic local signs: Wally's House of Booze, Ernst's, which is no longer here, of course the Bruce Hotel. You know, some of the more interesting mid-century 40s, 50s, 60s kind of neon signs. Some of them are replicas of that, some of them are complete inventions of my own, and a little bit of satire here and there, maybe a few jabs here and there, if I did it right. There's also just a little bit of innuendo for fun. There are some jabs at mega churches. There are some jabs at some of the nonsense of capitalism as a society. Foam board is the main material. And if anyone doesn't know what that is, foam core, foam board, whatever. It's 2 strips of paper, liquid injected with foam. You see this in a lot of presentations and boring business meetings with important facts glued to it. I cut those up into little shapes, and I do a lot of work in Photoshop, print those graphics out, cut them up with little X-Acto knives and put them together. The neon is wire. A lot of people ask me if they light up. They don't. I'm heading toward that. I will figure out a way to make these miniature signs light up at some point, but I haven't found that yet. So they're mostly wire, some resin here and there, and acrylic paint to give these washes of rust and dirt and grime and aging. I like the signs to look old, even if they don't necessarily make sense being 100 years old. I like that look and the texture of it. So I really have fun with what I say on the marquees. So I feel like I am not going to be walking away from doing signs or paper and foam board sculptures anytime soon. And after 20 some years of painting, I'm mostly acrylics on canvas, this has been a nice deviation from that.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great final weekend of the Apple Blossom Festival. Great seeing all kinds of folks out there on Saturday. You were hardy. It was a wet one out there. We picked up 42/100ths of an inch of precipitation on Saturday. That was a new daily record, so it was a wet one. And the weird thing about that, really nobody around us, Omak, Moses Lake, Yakima, barely picked up even a trace of precipitation. It seemed to be right here in the Wenatchee Valley. I'll tell you what, though, we've got some warm weather headed our way beginning in the middle and end of this week and this weekend, and even our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook going all the way to May 19th. We are right there in the above normal temperature range, so it's going to be a warm one as we head into the middle of May. And as far as precip goes, we'll be about normal, maybe a little bit below normal here in most of the Pacific Northwest, while it looks like the desert Southwest and down into Texas, we'll see the most precipitation as we make our way through the next couple of weeks. 5 degrees cooler than we should be for our high and our low today. 64 our unofficial high, 69 is normal, 41 was our low this morning, and 46 is where we should be for this time of year. Our records, it was a hot one back in 1992, 93 our record high, our record low 33, and that was set in 2002. With all that rain on Saturday, that gets us to now 3 inches exactly going back to January 1st, but we're still behind where we should be, about 17/100ths of an inch. Sunrise this morning, 5:35, and it sets tonight at 8:20. All right, let's take a look now at what we can expect for our Tuesday, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be almost a carbon copy of today with that wind. Yes, we saw plenty of that today. 64 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 63 the high temperature tomorrow in Quincy, and then quite a bit cooler back to the west. 59 in Ellensburg, 60 in Wenatchee, also 60 in Entiat, about 62 in Chelan, and only in the 50s from Cashmere up to Leavenworth, and then farther up into Lake Wenatchee. But as I mentioned, that's all going to change, and we'll get to that in a second. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, still maybe a little breezy around our area. We will see windy conditions, as I mentioned, continue overnight. A little bit less towards morning, but then it's going to pick up again tomorrow. Lows about 40 degrees. Mostly sunny for your Tuesday, but you can see these isobars tightly packed over us, and that's going to create those windy conditions. Once again, unseasonably cool with high temperatures only at 60 degrees for Tuesday. And then finally by Wednesday, a large area of high pressure moves in. It's going to calm our winds down, and that'll be the unofficial beginning of our warming trend with high temperatures near 70, which actually is about normal for this time of year. But by Thursday, that's when we're going to see the warm up. Look at all of the clear skies, sunny for Thursday. It will warm up into those upper 70s, so we're not messing around. Going to go up about 8 or 9 degrees from Wednesday into Thursday. Friday, once again, lots of sunshine for all of Washington State. We're going to warm up. Look at that. Low to mid 80s as we end our work week on Friday. And then I'll tell you, this Mother's Day Day weekend looks nice. Sunny skies, warmer temperatures for us. We're talking highs Saturday in the mid and maybe even some upper 80s for some locations in our viewing area. That is way above normal. And for your Mother's Day on Sunday, mostly sunny, maybe just a little bit of a breeze in the afternoon, but heck, that might feel good. We're expecting high temperatures on Mother's Day once again in the mid to upper 80s. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, 40 overnight tonight, carbon copy of today, tomorrow, mostly sunny and 60, sunny, a little breezy on Wednesday and 70, and this, folks, Thursday on is where we will see that warming trend. Sunny skies Thursday through Saturday, 78 Thursday, 83 your high on Friday, and then for Saturday and Sunday this weekend, lots of sunshine with a high temperature of 86 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Well, a happy Monday to you. The Mariners wrapped up a 3-game series in Houston Sunday with a 5-4 win, but it certainly wasn't easy. Seattle earned an early lead, saw it disappear, then had to get a home run from Cal Raleigh in the top of the 9th inning to come back and earn the victory. The Mariners took 2 of 3 in the weekend series, including the win on Sunday.
Here's a 3-2 pitch. And he takes low, ball 4, picks up an RBI. Mariners lead it 1-0. Finds a hole there. That'll pick up Raleigh. They go 90 feet again. It's 2-0 Mariners. RBI for Josh Rojas on a 2-for-2 day. There's the first home run for Luke Raley as a Mariner, everybody. Wow, did he kill that one? Big thunder. Luke Raley. Wow. 3-0 Mariners.
Tucker drives one. That is deep, and that is gone. 2-run shot for Tuck. All of a sudden, it's a 1-run game.
Well, John Singleton needs a big swing here. He's 0 for 9 in this series.
And he drives one down the line and right, and all of a sudden the Astros have the lead. The big man, John Singleton, connects on his first hit of the series, and it's one of the bigger swings of the week. 4-3 Astros.
And here's a 2-2 pitch. Punch shot. He made sure it got through. Manny's gonna wave him. Here comes Demo. Here's the throw from Loperfido. It is not in time. A 4-4 ball game as Arias takes second on the throw. There you go, line drive. It's into the Crawford boxes, and the Mariners have a 5-4 lead. Cal Raleigh, 8th home run. It's the 4th home run he's hit right-handed. The big fella comes up really big here in Houston. First pitch to him. Live ball, right field. Got carried. Danger, danger. He makes the catch. Luke Raleigh and the Mariners win this game 5-4. They win their 6th consecutive series. What a comeback today.
A lot of big hits in this one today. A couple of home runs certainly helped Luke Raley getting his first home run out of the way. Well back into the seats in right field. Pretty good to come into this building and win 2 out of 3, so well done.
They were 6-1 here last year. They get off to a good start here, 2-1 this year. We'll be back here in late September. Luke Raley putting on the final finishing touches of this game.
Cal says he's stuck with his game plan despite falling behind in the count against one of the best closers in baseball.
The other night he threw me a lot of heaters. I was late on him, and the whole about I was looking for the heater. So you know, didn't get into the count I wanted to, but stayed with my plan, and it worked out. He's one of the toughest pitchers to face in the game. You know, he's one of the best relievers, and got paid this offseason deservingly. And you know, he didn't execute a pitch, and I took advantage, and you know, it was a good win for us, huge win for us. You know, 3rd time through the order, trying to give guys little bit different on the look, try to get guys a little mixing a little bit, try to get the curveball outer half, and two just leak middle. But you know, take away those two pitches, he pitched phenomenal. He was huge tonight. He's been really locked down these past few outings. You know, it's seeing the Bulldog get him right now, and it's fun to watch.
Manager Scott Service says Sunday wasn't easy, but it took a total team effort to get the win.
A lot of chances early in that game to really create more space in the score, and we just weren't able to do it. And you know, you never feel comfortable in this ballpark because things can happen really quick, and they did today. I thought Bryce out the shoot threw the ball really well. This is a team that's really hard to strike out, and you know that going in. You just got to keep making pitches and get soft contact, and he really did that. Obviously, he made a couple mistakes, kind of left some balls down and into their lefties, and they took advantage of it. But again, awesome job by our team finding a way to get back, tying the game. Big hit by Huicho, and then Cal. Huicho, that's Urias' nickname. You guys probably haven't heard that one yet. That's what he goes by around here. So big hit by him, and certainly Cal's home run off Hader, just enough. You know, and Mooney locking it down. So good series. That's 6 in a row now. We've won. We are trying to get it together a little bit. And again, I think we did a lot of really good things offensively today, early in the game. Just didn't get enough big hits with runners in scoring position that allowed the game to stay close so they could get back into it. So, again, we'll take the positive out of it. We won the ball game, a lot of good things going. He's got to get a little bit better with runners in scoring position. First of all, he's got power, no doubt. The switch hit, he's always going to be in the game in those spots. And, you know, he finds a way. He typically hits the ball in the air. And late in games, you have power, hit the ball in the air, good things are going to happen. So, again, down in the count, find a way to get a barrel to the ball, and then the ball just jumped off his bat. It's a huge hit. Huge hit. Can't say enough. You know, you're in that game. How's it going to play out? It's tough to string hits together. You're going to need a homer, and we got one.
Seattle is now a 6 straight series. They've won 6 straight series, that is, heading into Minnesota today, where they began a series. It's underway right now against Minnesota on Root Sports Northwest. Seattle's lead in the American League West remains a half game after Texas also won 2 of 3 against Kansas City, including a 10-inning 3-2 win Sunday. Oakland fell to Miami Sunday, but took 2 of 3 from the Marlins to remain 2.5 games back. The Angels and Astros are tied for last place, 7 games out of first place. Well, here's what happened in prep sports over the weekend. We'll start it off in baseball. Eastmont swept a doubleheader from Sunnyside Friday to tie Moses Lake for the regular season Big 9 title. The Mavericks swept West Valley. Davis took both games against Wenatchee to finish third. In other action, Jenkins-Chewelah beat Chelan 14-0. Wilbur Creston Keller and Waterville Mansfield split to Twinville. Okanagan beat Brewster in the North Central B District playoffs. Then the Bears fell to Tonasket by a final of 12-5. In the CWAC District playoffs Saturday, after a 3-hour rain delay, Othello beat East Valley 4-2. Ellensburg shocked Sela 11-0. Sela stayed alive by beating Prosser and Othello down to Fred at 12-2. Omak and Cashmere split to doubleheader Saturday. Quincy and Cascade also split to Liberty Bell, beat Manson 4-0 in the North Central B playoffs. Then the Trojans wiped out Lake Roosevelt by a final of 15-0. Moses Lake and Eastmont are still neck and neck in the Big 9 softball race after both swept doubleheaders on Friday. The Mavericks took 2 from West Valley while the Wildcats beat Sunnyside. They'll meet 3 times this week, 2 of which Friday. That'll be in East Wenatchee at the Sportsplex at Sterling. Saturday saw Quincy sweep Cascade. Cashmere took down Omak in 2. Liberty Bell beat Bridgeport 17-2. Davis's boys soccer team won the regular season Big 9 title Friday with a 3-0 shutout to Eastmont. Sunnyside was also victorious, so the Pirates and Grizzlies will share that regular season title. Eastmont finishes third and will host Moses Lake in a play-in game Tuesday. Wenatchee beat Eisenhower 2-1 to finish fourth and will host the Cadets again in a play-in game tomorrow. Now, Saturday's games saw Sela beat Ephrata 4-1. Cashmere blanked Brewster 1-0. Cascade finished the season undefeated with an 8-1 win over Tonasket. Quincy shut out Manson 1-0. Bridgeport beat Okanagan 1-0. Well, NCWLIFE will be out at Wildcat Stadium tomorrow night for a district play-in game between Eastmont and Moses Lake. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen will have it live on Facebook at 6. It'll air starting on TV at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.